teachers have not been recruited, and when you don't have good teachers, what then do you impart to the children? Nothing good.
Senator Ngige.
So I must get back to do some of these things and enthrone free education in that state. We need it.
It seems your manifesto, your work plan seems not to be different from what we have heard or seen in Nigeria's politics. What exactly is the major thing that is different?
How many of those governments are implementing what they have said? How many? You can count them by fingertips.
You talked about 23% of your work plan.
That's what I'm telling you. Education.
Tell us exactly which of it.
Education, and I'm going into health. In health, when I came to Anambra State, my workforce, top-heavy, with consultants and nurses. We didn't have doctors. The pyramid was inverted. I had only about 50 nurses in the whole state. And they were all matrons in the hospitals. Consultants have fled. Doctors have left. The hospitals were closed down. I had to get back. We employ doctors, starting with general duty doctors. Those that are still in the system, I paid off what was the arrears of salaries and call duty allowances. I had to re-employ nurses, staff nurses, midwife, so that we can have the pyramid on a base, on an inverted base, not the other way around. A pyramid is like a triangle. So if you put it upside down, top heavy, up, with big people, you pay and you don't get the services. So even the local government system, I had to get health centers, employ doctors for them, employ nurses for them. The only specialist hospital we had then at Onitsha, General Hospital Onitsha, was out of accreditation. I did my husbandship there as a medical doctor in 1980, before I left for NYSA, for my youth corps. And the day I visited the hospital, everywhere had been taken over by goats, including the wards.
It seems, personally,
so I got the place back and reaccredited.
Okay. We really want to get a sense of your manifesto, because we've seen some manifesto coming out of these particular ways.
Some of these manifestos will just be on paper. But some of the people don't even know what is written in their manifesto. So basically, I can tell you.
Basically,
if you get those manifestos and ask them to do a surgery, get down to that manifesto and interpret those manifestos, explain them to you. You'll be surprised at the result you'll get.
So your manifesto is a continuation.
Practical manifesto.
Is a continuation of what you left off.
Very good, very good.
Tell us. We want to practically tell us. At least tell us 3 of those things, because what Anambarians, as you people call yourselves, they want to understand what exactly you want to do differently, and what this time around practically.
If I get back there, Sheon. If I get back there, the schools, I will employ new teachers. I will retrain the teachers that are already in the system. The people that are there now are rusty. They don't go on courses, they don't go on seminar. That is what you call human resources development. You do that. You get fresh blood and employ them. Since I left, no teacher have been employed in Anambra State. Above all, those even in the system have very low morale. They are not paid the minimum wage that is available. They are not paid the minimum wage. They are not promoted. So you do this one, then you go to the infrastructure. Good environment. Not people studying under leaking roof. And you say you are bringing computers to them. Today, as we speak, the government is now giving money back to the voluntary agencies, to the missions. You will see the government on television handing out checks, billions, and telling them to now help in constructing school infrastructure. Re-equip the schools after 7.5 years. No. I can continue with that program.
It seems you're not even giving any credit to the government.
No. I'm giving them credit. In my work plan, I had this policy of giving back the schools to the missions. Yes, because I'm a product of the mission school.
So the Obi-led administration has achieved that?
Oh, yes, they have gone ahead and done that after 4 years of dilly-dally whether to do it or not. But they have done it, and because they are doing it late in the day, they are now rushing to see what can be done in terms of infrastructural development. And because they cannot do it as government, they hand now money over to the missions. I'm not quarreling with it. The mission people are very credible people. You can talk to a reverend father or an Anglican priest or their bishop and you get the truth. I'm not quarreling with it. But all I'm saying is that they should have done this much earlier, and it will be a joint participation. Because even in the old times, we have what is called grant-aided secondary schools and grant-aided primary schools. The ministries of education give grants for the payment of teachers, and the mission mind the teachers. It's done now. So, credit.
Okay, let me ask you.
That is the area they have fallen into the 7% I'm talking about that they achieved from my work plan.
Okay, it's good that you're giving them credit now.
Sure, why not?
But again, if you become the governor of Anambra State today, what are the urgent things that you think you must achieve, you must do fast?
I must go into health. I must.
You think the state of health is bad now?
Oh, sure. No public hospital is functioning there. The doctors were on strike for either 15 months, 1 year plus. And you can never expect a system to just come back. It's just like you parked a vehicle for 15 months. When you come back, the nuts, the tires, and what have you will have gone rusty.
Okay.
So the hospitals are most aggressively going into the health system. Above all, there's a policy I want to get in there. Pregnant women and children under 5 years must be treated free. There is no reason why we don't do that. What is the money of the state for? Why? Even malaria, I plan in a progression that certain ailments should be treated free in the government hospitals of Anambra State. Malaria is one. It will be done.
I'm very sure that people of Anambra, they are listening carefully to you say this. But
I'm a health system manager, so don't bother about me. I know what to do.
Let me ask you, in your party, it seems you're not having, it seems in the run-up to your primaries, well, what actually brought about the primaries, because some people are not really happy. Yeah.
Like who?
Take for example, Senator Annie Okoko pulled out as your campaign coordinator, and these are some of the things that Senator Andy Okoko said. He said you're unable to keep to promises and you don't show appreciation to sacrifices. That is the kind of man.
Sacrifices?
Yes, that is what he said. I'm quoting.
No, what I read was supreme sacrifice.
Yeah,
supreme sacrifice is different from sacrifice.
Oh, so that's what the man is saying. So
supreme sacrifice is when you.
This is the man who stepped out for you. He's stepping out as a coordinator for your campaign.
No. Get the issues correct. You see, we are in a political party, and you have a right to every aspiration. The party leaders talked to us. There were about 6 candidates. There is Senator Annie Okonkwo. There is Mr. Godwin Ezemo. There is one Captain Higas. There is one Honorable Rafael Okeke. There's one engineer Batwebe. And one other man I can't place his name now. They spoke to us. We don't want a divided house. We don't want a rancorous primaries, because there is no way you organize primaries, people will not complain. Some people said we want to step down. Honorable Rafael Okeke stepped down. Engineer Batwebe stepped down. Captain Higas stepped down. And we were left with Senator Annie Okonkwo and Mr. Ezemo. And of course, a lot of talking. Annie Okonkwo is a heavy weight as a former senator. And the party said, we cannot afford 2 of you from the same senatorial district. We are even from the same local government. And do not forget that in the last election to the National Assembly, I contested against Senator Annie Okonkwo and Professor Dora Akunyili. and it was a very big dwell.